Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to learn how to extract OTP from Gmail in your Android application. If you have an Android application where the user needs to log in and for verification your application asks the user for OTP and that OTP comes to their Gmail, this code will help you integrate your application with Gmail's REST APIs and extract that OTP or anything else for that matter and put it in the application so that the user doesn't have to do it manually. Of course, the user needs to give permissions. So we'll achieve this in 4 steps. First, we acquire SHA-1 fingerprint. We turn on the Gmail API. We put the code in place. We run and check for the OTP. So let's get started. For the first step, for acquiring the SHA-1 fingerprint, we need this key tool. So I'm just copying it and pasting it in my terminal. The password is Android. Here you can see you got a SHA-1 fingerprint. Now you need to go to this URL. Click on continue. You can see the API is getting enabled. Click on go to credentials. Click cancel. Go to OAuth consent screen. Write your product name here. I'll just write password. Click on save. Click on create credentials. Select OAuth client ID. In application type select Android. Now the SHA-1 fingerprint that you generated, we just copy it from here and paste it here. In the package name, you write whatever your application name is going to be. So for me, I'm writing com.example.password. Click on create. I got the auth client ID. Now let's create the application. In Android Studio, click on start a new Android Studio project. Application name, I'll give as password. Next, 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 finish. So I already have the code in place in my GitHub account. Which you can find it here, github.com/sonalja/OTP. I'll just copy it from here and paste it there, and later I'll explain you how it works. So first we copy this build.gradle file of OTP app. Remember to change the application ID here. Click on sync now. Now open android.manifest. Copy the manifest's code from here. Now we replace the content of main activity.java. So just go here, copy the code from here. Remember to change the package name. Let's now run the app. Okay, so the code is compiling fine. So let's switch to understand what's happening here. Here in the main activity, in the onCreate function, we create linear layouts, we create the layouts, the buttons, how are they supposed to look. I'm assuming here that you are familiar with the basic stuff of Android and you know how to create a service, asynchronous task and all that. So I'm not going to get into details of that one. This is specific to how to fetch an OTP from an Android application. So I'll just switch to that function where all the magic happens. Here we are creating an asynchronous task, and using that we are creating a service. Now in this function, do in background, here we call this function get data from API. Now this get data from API, this string user equal to me, this means that whatever the current phone's user, it would ask for the permission to the same user. Here when we call this function, we put the query, the email ID from which we want to extract the OTP. For now I'm putting do not reply at intuit.com. So basically my application will fetch the OTP from this email address. Now in this function, we get this message snippet here. As you can see, first we get the message ID and then we get the message snippet. Then we have the entire message snippet, so we replace all the text with numbers. We just keep the numbers, we make the characters go away, and then we return this message. And then we print this message on the phone. So basically on post execute, as you can see in output text, we are placing the text, the output. OTP retrieve using the GmailOTP API. So let's see this in action. This is my phone. I just go to Gmail. So when I search for do not reply at intuit.com, I get this. So you can see this OTP 887634. Now when my application runs, I should get this same OTP in my application. Okay, my code compiling takes a bit longer. Okay, so the code is running now. I'll just click on this call Gmail API. It's asking for permission. I'll allow. It asks me to choose an account, so I'm choosing my own account. Ta-da! You can see this OTP is same, 887634. So basically when you get this OTP, you can put this automatically in your application so that the user doesn't have to go all the way to Gmail and then copy the OTP from there and then paste it here manually. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you want to have a look at the code is right here in this URL. Thanks a lot.